Hi YouTube, I thought we'd show you how we make food for our baby. Our baby Corbin's 8 months old and he's been eating this way for about since he was 6 months. And it's a really simple way to make vegetables or make baby food at home that lasts the whole week without having to kind of resort to one of these. One of these are $1 jar, and here we spent $8 on all of this. And it's a mix of big organic and normal stuff, and you certainly can use any type of vegetable you want. So let me show you what we have. We have just small potatoes. I cleaned them really well. 4 apples. This is where we get organic apples and organic carrots. A nice butternut squash and 2 chicken breasts. And then you see all we need is just 2 baking dishes, our hand blender, and really this couldn't be simpler. What's great is you can make this while you're making other food. So why don't we begin? The apples, you just want to quarter, and you can leave the skin on or take it off. I leave the skin on because a lot of the good nutrients are there. For the butternut squash, butternut squash is very compact and highly nutritious for the amount of size. A lot of people start their babies with potatoes, but this is certainly more nutritious, just as easy to cook, and it comes out really, really great roasted. And you don't really have to mash it. You know, it has this very soft consistency. So here I have my apples and my butternut squash. You see they're just kind of arranged in there because they're going to roast. And I want to fill the pan, the dish, with about 1 inch of water. Just enough to keep it from burning. I'll put this in our oven. Our oven's set at 375 degrees. And I have the timer set for 90 minutes. Container. And this, I will use just a little bit of olive oil to keep the chicken, the juices that flow from the chicken from sticking to the pan. You certainly don't want to be giving your baby any sort of salt or sugar. You can start after 8 months. You can put cinnamon in some of your food and start spicing the food, but really just stay away from salt and sugar. So I'm just grabbing some potatoes, again, skin on the potatoes. I'll put them in the pan with the olive oil, giving a little room for the carrots on the other side. I have my fresh carrots. And then the carrots I do peel. Carrots can kind of be a little nasty, so I'll go ahead and peel them. And what's great about this is when you're cooking, the whole house will just smell delicious. And since that oven's going, you can go ahead and use that time to bake other items. I certainly baked other things while our baby's making his dinner. This is the perfect Sunday morning. This is actually a Sunday morning right now. Baby's having his first nap of the day, so I can get this done. And then the carrots I'll just coarsely chop. And put them in the dish with the potatoes. Okay. The chicken, I'm just using 2 boneless chicken breasts from the store, and again, here we went with organic too. You don't have to do organic if you know that's not easy for you. But all we do, I don't cube the chicken or anything. All I do is place it on top of the vegetables. Your baby does need some of the fat, so the fat is going to help the vegetables cook. Where we'll put a little water, less than we put for the squash. We'll just put a little water in it. And you'll see it'll roast and cook very nicely. So here's the chicken, and I'll put this on the bottom rack. And then that should be ready in about 1 hour and 15 minutes. sure. I always want to handle chicken at time. Okay. So it's been about an hour and 10 minutes. I'm gonna check the food. So if you want to come with me, we can see if it's ready. Looks great. So here's the squash and apples. It's okay, those crispy bits are okay. You see, just sticking it in there to check, make sure it's tender. And then the chicken. And I flipped them halfway through so they could bake a little on the top. And there you can see the potatoes and the carrots roasted up very nicely. So now the easy part. If you just use a couple simple things, you won't have to deal with all the clutter or cleanup. You know, because every recipe I see has a lot of moving parts, so to speak. And this one you don't really have any. Blend well. Okay. That's the carrots. And the carrots will have that flavor of the chicken. Not adding any milk or anything else to the potatoes. So the little baked part gives it a little flavor, that little roasted part, and you can see it's cooked perfectly through, safe for the little guy. Now we have one more. So we got the chicken, potatoes, and carrots done. Now we're going to do the apples and squash. This is really, really easy. And you can see the apples are a little brown, but again, they're just going to blend up really nicely. And they smell fantastic. It smells like fall. Now all I'm going to do is scoop out the meat of the squash. Move all this stuff out of the way. So here you have the meal, and look, it's a lot of food, but this is why it lasts a week. And it gives you little options to make your meals, whether you have a bit of chicken, a bit of potato, and a bit of apples, or some of the chicken, some of the squash, some of the carrots, or just a mixture. Our boy loves chicken, squash, and a little yogurt for his snack. And this, we just put in a container. You can certainly freeze it, but we find he goes through it pretty quickly. So by the time, though, we'll freeze half, and by the time the week's over, it'll all be gone. More than just this, much cheaper and way healthier. Nothing added. There's no salt or any other spices added in here, but I've certainly tried it, and it's delicious. So there you have it. That's how to cook for your baby for a week. Shooting. Okay. This is Corby. He's kind of hungry, so we're going to test the food. Here we have the squash, applesauce, and chicken. He likes it separated, so we'll have it in little bites. Okay. Do you like it? Do you like it?
No, you don't like it. No, not delicious.
No, he's saying he does not want canned baby food. it.